Hey everyone, there was no roundup video for yesterday for us travelling into Goa. I do these right at the end of the day as I'm going to bed. That's why they're always me sat on a bed in my pyjamas. um, this is the reason why there was no roundup video. So we actually had a decent drive yesterday. We drove from somewhere, I can't remember anymore, into Palolem beach area in Goa. And we arrived at the hotel. We were like, right, we'll get in, we'll check in, we'll have something quick to eat because we hadn't eaten that day, and then we'll go exploring. And then we discovered that I'd managed to check us into the hotel for the night before, so we had no reservation. But luckily they still had a couple of rooms available. They were the more expensive rooms, but it was fine, the price was okay. So we checked in, we had something to eat, we had a look around the town. To be honest, there's not much there, it is very small. And then we got ready because there was like a meet-up, a pit stop along the route, and several different teams were meeting in that area. So I definitely expected there to be a I've been to a party video, but there wasn't, because an hour after we got to the party, I felt really unwell, and I just said to my dad, like, and I just need to go. And I hadn't even like drank alcohol really. I'd had like one drink, and I was like, I need to go. I need to just lie down. I don't feel well. Pretty sure I've got a chest infection, and I was ill all night. I was like, oh my god. And then this morning we was like, right, we'll go and find a GP. I googled one. We waited till it opened. We drove there to find out that it was non-existent anymore. This clinic, it had completely shut down. So as we're trying to push the rickshaw out of the very tight parking space that I'd put it into, we managed to just slightly clip the back wheel of a motorbike that it was next to, and that motorbike just went boosh like that, straight over onto its side. It did do a bit of damage, like I don't know what they are, like a side light maybe. It was completely broken. So yeah, a lady was demanding a bit of money from us, but she was being a bit of an arse. She'd actually stood in front of the rickshaw so we couldn't move it, and then complained when we hit the motorbike that was next to it, but we was trying to get round her. So then I went and got the police. The police came and looked at the damage and laughed at the woman because of the amount she was asking for, and he was like, no, like that's silly. So we eventually agreed on 500 rupees, which is about a £5-6. So we paid that, and I was told to see a doctor. I had to go to the local hospital. So I went to the hospital and I checked in, and I was given a number. So you're seeing a number order, not by like, priority. And from them opening the clinic at 8 a.m, and this was now 11:30, they were up to number 51. My number, 127. So, and they actually close at 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock, so that all the staff can go for a lunch break. So I was not getting seen at all. It was just ridiculous. So I said to my dad, let's just go. It's fine. We'll go. So we just got in the car, in the rickshaw, and we decided we're going to miss out Mumbai. We've had that many people telling us it's just horrendous to drive into, horrendous to find your way around, and it's just absolute chaos. And also that the rickshaws aren't allowed in most parts of the inner city, so we would have problems like finding somewhere to park up to then go and sightsee and things like that. So we changed our route, and instead of planning our actual route for that day, for today, we just said we'll set it for Agra, and then each day get as far as we can until we eventually get there. Well, that was great until we spent some time at a market part way, got absolutely bloody fleeced for various gifts for people. The ladies there, they were hilarious though. Like, I knew they were charging us way too much for these things, but they were so funny. One of them kept asking my dad when his baby was due. She was saying that he had a baby in his belly because it was sticking out. I'm so glad she didn't say that about me. But yeah, they were brilliant. They was having some banter, having a laugh with us. Took us to a pharmacy so my dad could get some cream for the mosquito bites, like he's been eaten alive. And so we spent a fortune. And then we had no money left and we was like, oh, we'll just go to the next ATM when we see one. So we gets in the rickshaw and we sets off. Well, that was it. We was in the fucking middle of nowhere, literally. It goes dark and we are literally in the middle of nowhere. There was not a building in sight. There wasn't a street light. There wasn't even road markings. And then next thing we know, it's pitch black and we'd gone over that many potholes. Like, it was absolute, honestly, the whole, I think we did about 30 kilometres of just bum, 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 bum. Anyway, partway through that, I realised we'd lost the headlight. And then a little bit later, I realised we'd lost one of the side lights, and then we lost a fog light. So I could barely see anything. Then it starts hammering it down with rain. And then it was misty, and I looked to the side, and the road just went. It was just on an edge, and I could see this town in the very distance, and you could see how high up we were. It was insane. You won't be able to see me very well. That's because we're in the middle of nowhere, in the pitch black, and our tuk-tuk just died, literally, on a hill like this. Like, it just gave up on life. And so we was right in the middle with like trucks coming, motorbikes coming, everything. A few guys stopped and they got us started and got me going up the hill because they were pushing us. But my dad was also pushing and I couldn't risk stopping, so I've just had to leave him at the bottom of the hill, and I've just had to drive up to, I'm sort of near the top. It's levelled out a little bit here. And I've just had to leave him and hope that he walks up the hill and finds me sat here, because I can't risk going back down for him. We'll see how long it takes him. So yeah, that was like the scariest, most intense experience of my life. At one point we were doing 10 kilometres per hour, literally just trundling along at the side of the road, and I was like this, trying to see. Oh my God, it was crazy, absolutely crazy. It got to the point where it was beyond dangerous. Like we was honestly risking our lives. So we both said the next like sort of building where they're advertising a hotel or anything like that, we're just gonna stop there for the night. It doesn't matter where we are. So we found this random hotel after like 30 odd kilometres in the dark. Have you got rooms? Yes. How much are they? 1,000 rupees each. Great, okay. Opens the wallet. Fuck, we forgot to get cash at the ATM. That was it. We had no money. We was like, oh my God. So we went looking for, like, apparently there was an ATM in just down the road. So we went looking for that. And we happened to come across another team who's doing the challenge. And we was talking to them about what on earth we was up to. And they was like, oh my God, I can't believe you've just driven that road with no lights, because it was bad enough for them with all the lights working. So anyway, when we said, and we're now trying to find money to find a hotel, they was like, oh, we'll spot you for it, don't worry. So they gave us the money and said, actually stay in this nicer place where we are staying. So we've come to it. But we only had enough money for one room, so... Oh, there he is.
Starving to death.
Yeah, so we've got money for the hotel room, but no money to eat or drink. Like, we've literally got 40 pence, the equivalent of 40 pence in the wallet. So yeah, we've got like the hotel gave us a bottle of water. They asked us if we was having food, and I was like, we can't afford it. So we've got a bottle of water and a packet of biscuits between us. Yeah. It's an adventure
Bread and
though.
water.
Yeah. It's an adventure though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
When you're in your care home
Yeah, I'll
and
remember.
somebody's wiping your bum, you'll be able to tell them about it.
Oh,
About nearly
when I was
dying.
in India. Yeah.
When I nearly died on a mountain.
Oh,
So we're sharing a room, we're sharing a bed, we've got nothing to eat or drink. Oh God, you've just got to laugh. Do you know what? This is part of the adventure. It's part of the story. At least I've got these videos, so if we die, people will remember us. Maybe somebody can sell all the random shit that we bought at the market to pay for our funerals. I don't know. Anyway, right, we are going to bed now. We want a very early start in the morning so we don't end up night driving again, because that was horrible. So yeah, so I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. And if I don't, thanks for watching. I love you all. And I'll see you in the afterlife.